Hey guys, in today's video I have two looks using this one palette here from BareMinerals. It's the Gen Nude Copper palette. I've already done an additional look on a separate video, so I'll link that up in the cards, but I wanted to use it a little bit more and do a couple of looks, see what else I could come up with. Not that it's a very complicated palette, but I wanted to see if it's something that I would like, or even a palette that I would want to keep around. This, for instance, is the second look of the two looks in this video. The first one is a little bit more smoky, and this one I really want it to be a little bit more light and airy. So let's jump into the first look. I'm going to get into look number one using the BareMinerals Gen Nude Copper palette. I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet. I'm really wanting to use this guy for a smoky eye, or maybe a halo eye using these guys and this guy too. I haven't decided just yet, but I do want to point out, opening this palette today, chunks of the shadow started popping out from this area right here. I don't know why, because I haven't dropped it. So I'm going to start off with this brown shadow right here. I'm going to go straight into that and tap off the excess, and I'm going to start off in the inner corner. I already have my eyes primed with the Wet n Wild shadow primer. It's the Fergie primer. And then I put over a little bit of concealer. Oops, I took that a little bit too high in the inner part. It's okay. And just go in on the outer part. I just want to see how many looks I can get out of this, since I've already done one. I'll link that video up in the cards. It's applying very well, and I'm getting really good pigmentation from it. I think I'm just gonna close it in right here. And I am getting a little bit of fallout right in this area. Okay, I'm just blending out the edges here and dragging it side to side at first, and then I'm gonna drag it up a little bit. So hot today. It's hot and humid. Two things that I hate. I'm so hot, I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more and just pack it on the lid once again. If you hear my fan, I'm really sorry. I had to crank it up. I'm so hot. I'm then gonna pick up a little bit of Truth, this little guy right here. That, and drag that right above that. Just to help it not blend, because that one blended pretty well on its own, but just to create a little gradient. The only thing I don't like about this particular one is that it has a sheen, so now being topped over the brown, I see the sheen more. And I'm just dragging it up to the top here and pulling it out. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit more of Wild Child, which is the brown one. And apply it right to the lash. And I'm getting my Bad Girl bronze actually before I keep going with that shadow, and applying that to my waterline. And I'm gonna smudge it a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back in with Wild Child, which is that brown one. And let's place it right over that. With a clean brush, I'm just gonna blend that right out. And I'm also going to get a little bit of Truth, just a little bit of it, and go right under that. It turns a little bit ashy when I put it over top of that brown shadow. I'm not really liking that too much. I can see the little sheen a little bit more, that's why. So I'm just gonna go over that with the brown one again. I think I am gonna do a little bit of a halo eye. So I am gonna pick up a little bit of Bonfire, this one, and put that right in the center. It applies a little bit. I'll show you guys right now. A little bit like it's broken up a little bit. It's applying a little bit like it's broken up. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not smooth, basically. So I'm gonna pick it up with one of these little sponges and apply it that way. I get quite a bit of fallout from that. It starts flaking off a little bit. You see that? I think what I'm gonna do is pick it up again and wet it. And I think that's how it applies best. But I still get a lot of fallout from that. Wow. That's insane. I'm going back with Wild Child just to tap it on the sides here. And just a little bit right in this area. And then I'll go back with the shadow again. I don't know what's bothering my eye here. The other eye is done. It's been a process. I just spent the last 20 minutes cleaning up that little bonfire shadow off of my entire face. Basically, it got everywhere. I had to go in with some tape and I could only find painter's tape to lift up as much as I could, but a lot of it did stick to my skin, so I went in with a little bit more concealer to cover that up and then reset it again with powder and all of that. So I put mascara on and I used the Lash Stiletto first and then the Lash Sensational. So the Lash Stiletto gives me separation and length and these Lash Sensational gives me volume, and then I went back in with this guy just to kind of separate still here at the top and stuff like that. And while I get the mascara that I got all over my face, today's just not my day basically. I got mascara all over and then even in this area because it's one of those days. So while that dries up so I can clean it up, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little shadow here in the inner corner, and I think I'm gonna go in with Gypsy, this one, which is the satin kind of creamy shadow. It's a peachy kind of cream color, and just gonna go in right in this area just because I don't want any more shimmer. Just right there, just to brighten it up a little bit, and down in this area as well. And for the lips, I think I'm gonna use this this Almond Rose from Maybelline. It's either this one or maybe I want to use this guy, Peach Buff. I don't know. I have a few from Maybelline. They're nude lipsticks. Let me clean this up because it has another lipstick on it. And I already have a little brown liner on. And buff it in. Wow, my lips are so dry. And then I'm going to go back in with the little brown liner that I used, which is in Caramel. This is from Professional Makeup brand. That's the name of the brand. I think I'm also gonna go in with just a little bit of gloss just to hide a little bit of the dryness. I have going on. I'm also gonna apply this shadow under the arch of the brow because I forgot about that. Just a little bit. Right in this area. That is the completed look. From afar, I do like it. I think it looks really pretty. I think this bonfire shadow looks really beautiful, reflective, and I do enjoy the way that my eye looks. But I am not too happy with this particular shadow. This one gave me fallout, but it wasn't too terrible. This one gave me fallout, but the little flakies just stuck to my skin. So even going in with the tape, you know, removed some of it, but not all of it. There's just certain parts of it just got all over the place and didn't want to come off. So I had to go in with some concealer, then some powder, again, to kind of clean it up a little bit. And although it looks pretty, I don't think it's worth the work that went in after it. So keeping that in mind moving forward, I think I'm gonna use this, do my eyes first, and then move in with the face makeup just because of the mess that I created. So with look number 1 done, we're gonna jump into look number 2. This is gonna be look number 2 using the copper palette from BareMinerals. This is their Gen Nude palette. I think today I'm gonna stick to this little quad right here. I may reach into this brown one if I feel like I need a little depth in the outer corner, but I kind of want to keep this eye look a little bit lighter just because the previous one was more smoky, and the one that I used in a previous video was also a little bit on the deeper side as well. So kind of want to keep it light and airy, but we shall see how this goes. I do have my primer already on, and I use the Wet n Wild Fergie primer on the lid area and the NYX Above and Beyond concealer under the arch of the brow just to clean it up. And then to even everything out, I added a little bit of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. Did I say that? I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this guy first. I kind of have a bit of an idea of what I'm gonna do, but not completely. But I'm thinking this is gonna be the simplest and the lightest of them all for sure. So just starting off right on the crease, and then above the crease, and then bring it out. I kind of want to do lashes today, which is not usually like me, but I'm kind of in the mood. I do like how effortless this shadow is. It applies so nicely. If it wasn't for the sheen, this would be a one kind of shadow in the crease and walk out the door kind of thing for me. But because it has a little bit of a sheen, it turns me off from that. But it's still pretty though. If you guys hear my kids, that's because they're home for summer and they're playing Minecraft right now. Okay. I think on the viewfinder it's coming off a little washed out. In person I can't see this color. Okay, so I'm gonna go in for, I think this time around I'm gonna do Aura because I haven't really used this particular shadow, and I'm hoping that this doesn't give me as much fallout as Bonfire did last time. But that's why I'm doing my eye makeup first this time around, because last time it was just a mess. I was so frustrated with how messy that eye look got. And I'm bringing it right up into the crease and all the way out here, right in this area, and bring it up. I feel like this one applies a lot smoother on its own than Bonfire. That's Aura, by the way, because Bonfire applied a little bit flaky to where this one I feel like doesn't need as much work. You don't need to go in with a sponge tip applicator or wet it even. I may actually use that brown shadow to create a lot like a liner kind of thing. I'm also gonna pick that shadow up with my finger and concentrate that mainly in the center here. And it definitely applies a lot smoother that way. And I have no fallout from that shadow. So much better than Bonfire. I'm picking up Truth with a much smaller brush. This is the MAC 221S. And I'm just gonna go right above, what is that, outer? Right above it. I'm applying it right at the edge of that. Because this brush is a little bit slimmer and a little bit more dense than the previous brush, it is applying it a little bit more, so it deepened up the color, but it also brings up a little bit more like a taupiness to it. And then I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used earlier and blend that out. And also pick it up just a little bit more. With a flat shader, I think I am going to pick up a little bit of Wild Child. And I want that mainly by the lashes. Just a little bit. Just to define it. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Gypsy, this guy. And apply that right under the arch of the brow. And I'm also going to put it right in here. I'm going to do my face off camera and I'll be right back and then we'll finish off the eye look. I went ahead and changed my bandana just because the other one was blue and I think this one goes better with this eye look anyways. So I'm going to finish off my eye look and where's my palette? I am going to pick up, God, this shadow keeps breaking apart little by little. I keep losing little chunks of it. That green one. Okay, that's nice. And it's now all over my shirt. That's fantastic. Good thing I don't have anywhere to go. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of Truth with a small flat shader. And again, I'm gonna keep it very, very light. I don't think I'm gonna do any kind of darkness here at the bottom. Usually I do. But I'm really wanting to keep this eye very light and airy. And just connect it here at the top. Let's move that back so it's not in the way. And I'm using this Eco Tools little dual ended brush. It has a blending brush here and a flat shader. Kind of smudging brush. And I don't know if I'm gonna do something in my waterline. Maybe I will. Let's see. Let's go for something lighter. So I'm gonna, all of my rimmel, these guys keep falling apart like this. No. Shoot. I shouldn't have taken it out. Okay. Let's shove that back in. I'm grabbing Trespassing Taupe from the rimmel line. This is their little chubby pencils. Ah. Wow, that goes, it almost matches that shadow so well. For my upper waterline, I am going to grab this guy, which is also from Rimmel. It's in Bad Girl Bronze. And just going to apply that to my upper, the center here of my lash line. Because I don't want this guy to transfer. Just like that. And then I think I'm going to grab a little bit of Aura, this one. And just put it right in this inner tear duct at the lower part of the eye. And I'm going to reapply a little bit of Gypsy, which is that creamy one, this one. Right in this area, just in case we lost some of that. I really like this. This looks really pretty. And I'm going to finish off with my mascaras. The ones that I'm using is the Lash Stiletto and the Lash Sensational from Maybelline. And I'll come right back and I can finish off the lips. For lips, I'm going to use this caramel lip liner from Professional Makeup. And I should sharpen it. I thought I was ready. Clearly I wasn't. Okay, so caramel. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think I want to use this lipstick first. This is the Yves Saint Laurent lipstick in 08. I have this in my year-long project. And this is what I've been doing lately. And lip gloss is from Lorac, and this is in Entrepreneur. It's also in my year-long project. I've been using this lip gloss a lot because my lips are so dry and flaky. Oh gosh, my allergies are driving me nuts. And let's try to clean this area up. It's so messy. Whatevs. Ooh. Okay, and that's it. I went very light on the lower lash as far as mascara goes. And I loaded up on the top. That's as close as I can get it. I really like this look. I think out of all of the looks that I've done with this palette, this is probably my favorite. Because it's so pretty and simple and very light, very airy. I'm warming up to this shadow, Truth. I had no fallout, or actually very little. I have a little glitter speck right here from this shadow right here, but really not very much compared to the previous eye look. I'm really liking this quite a bit. So that is everything for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these two additional looks that I did with this palette. I just wanted to play with it a little bit more, and I gotta say this is probably my favorite eye look that I've done with this little palette here. And if I wanted to take this into a nighttime look, I can easily grab Wild Child and deepen up the outer crease here, and even a little bit in the lower outer part here of the lash line, to make it more of a nighttime kind of look, or smoke it out a little bit more. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.